apartment is a bit of a mess right now, and if you have been following me for a while, you know that I took a break, and if you watched my last video, you know that I've been struggling a bit for the last few months due to chronic illness, grief, depression, anxiety, a lot of things going on. So yeah, it's been a bit of a struggle, and I'm realizing lately that I think in order to kind of get back on top of things is I really need some better systems in place. And in order to do that, I think I need some help. So I've had this anti-planner by Danny Donovan for probably over a year now, and it's just been sitting in my little art cart waiting to be used. So I think today is finally the day to use it. I don't know, you really expect a book to fix all your problems? You barely have the attention span to read a book nowadays. No, I mean, of course not. It's just something I'm trying. Brain Blast just got it. What if we try every ADHD hack and we rank them? That sounds like a lot. We should just make this a gaming channel. I mean, we could, but aren't we supposed to be focusing on finishing our novel? Yeah, we were. But we could also do that other idea instead. Okay. Enough from you. Anyway, the anti-planner, like I was saying, will hopefully... So is this like a self-help channel now? No, I mean, it's a journal / planner, and I've been posting journaling content for years now, so I figured it was related. If you say so. I mean, what is the point in this planner thing anyway? If nothing else has ever worked, how do you know this one will? Well, if we don't try something, then all of this is just gonna keep getting worse, and then something terrible is gonna happen. I mean, we're already failures, so why bother trying at all? All right, everyone. We are not failures. Nothing terrible is gonna happen. We just need to take a deep breath, and maybe at the end of the day, we just need to implement some better systems, and maybe this can help us. So I was thinking for today, I could open this up and kind of give my first glance through it and give my first impressions, and maybe do the first few exercises or worksheets or whatever's in here, I don't know, and see how it goes. And maybe every few weeks or so, I'll kind of give an update. I really don't know. I'm kind of just like going by the seat of my pants here, but in case you've ever heard of this or are interested in something like this, I'll do kind of a unboxing, if you will. Let's see. I mean, it's very nice. Sorry, I also have the windows open today because it is very nice out, and I got very hot filming that silly little skit. So you might hear some noises, but I will say it was a little pricey, but it is very nice, very well made. There's tabs, there's a pen loop, there is a binder loop here, and there's a very nice like etched front, it looks like. And I'm gonna take off this sleeve here if I can. The full reveal. It is very pretty. It literally says how to get shit done when you don't feel like it. So pretty perfect for me right now. So basically we figured out between my therapist and my support group that I'm in for Ehlers-Danlos syndrome that a lot of my time and energy is being dedicated towards work. And if you're not familiar, in the chronic illness community, there's something called the spoon theory, where you're given a certain amount of spoons every day, and those spoons can be used towards certain activities, and certain activities take up so many spoons. And so basically work for me takes a lot of my spoons. I work primarily in person, and my work is very social. It's very physical at times. And like, I don't want to say demanding, but I have to be on, if that makes sense. That is why I struggle so much to take care of myself in my apartment and then have time for my hobbies and other things, because so much of my spoons, so much of my energy is going towards work. And by the time I get home, I'm completely exhausted. I'm literally just collapsing on the couch and just getting by and surviving and trying to reserve that energy to get to work even for the next day. So yeah, that's my problem. So hopefully, until I figure out, you know, some sort of work solution for the long term, this can help me. It looks like the tabs are organized by like feeling. So we have stuck, overwhelmed, unmotivated, disorganized, discouraged, and extras. So I'm gonna go to disorganized because that's how I feel. So the first thing is, how are you feeling? And it says messy. My space is full of clutter. I can't work up the motivation to clean. I feel ashamed, lazy, and like a bad adult. Yes, that resonates. I can't find things when I need them. Sometimes, yeah. I spent hours cleaning only for messes to pile up again. Yeah. Struggle to maintain organizational systems. Yep. I keep tons of things I don't use just in case. I have moldy, rotten food in the fridge. No, but I also don't really cook, so cleaning takes so long. I mean, kind of, yeah. And that's, again, just energy lack of. So there's some illustrations. That's fun. And just like some instructional type things. Design your environment. So breaking it down by the problem item, the location it's in, and the possible solution. So she also has an example page and then like a blank page for you to do yourself. Ooh, what is this? Clean by numbers. This looks intricate. It's like a literally clean by numbers, color by the numbers thing, I guess. Let's check out something else here. What other feelings am I having? I'm gonna say overwhelmed. So here's under overwhelmed here. Intimidated, overcommitted, panicked, burnt out. I'm gonna say intimidated. I have so much to do. It's gonna take forever. There are too many steps involved. I'm afraid to even start. Yes, all of those. So again, it looks like she has kind of like an overview page. I also am assuming pronouns, which I probably shouldn't do. So I'm gonna start using they, them. This one's funny. How to get out of shit you don't wanna do. Set those boundaries. That's a good one. Yeah, so like even like, that's a really tight turnaround. The real response should be, I'd love to help, but it's likely to take me 2 weeks, not one. How would you like me to prioritize XYZ? That's like a really, yeah, actually helpful. Okay, here's one that could be good for me. After all the cleaning's done, give yourself a damn break. TV shows, movies, books you've been wanting to read, restaurants, people I haven't talked to in a while, things I'd like to learn. So again, I've been neglecting my hobbies and things. So this is interesting. I've seen people make bingo cards before, especially in the bullet journaling community, but I've never seen it done like this where there's categories for each letter. And so therefore this is like more geared towards things you need to do. Whereas I feel like bingos I've seen for like bullet journaling is more like, oh, like fall bucket list, like that kind of stuff. So again, this is more productivity, but in a gamified way, right? This is an example she has right here. So it's like cleaning, work, home, contact, self-care. So there is a self-care column, which is cool. But again, I've just never seen it laid out like this before, which is kind of cool. I like this one because unfortunately I am this person. Bet you can't board. Don't tell me what to do. It works best for people who have authority issues, don't like being told what to do. Unfortunately, I'm one of those people. Like a challenge, like proving people wrong. Yeah, that's kind of me. And thrive under pressure. Yeah, I'm a procrastinator. Basically, you draw a picture of someone you hate. It can be a politician, a snide coworker, frenemy, ex-boss. I have a couple of those that come to mind. You draw a speech bubble next to them that says, bet you can't, and then complete task. Set your drawing somewhere you can easily see it while you're working and do the thing to prove them wrong. Nothing motivates some of us like fucking spite, and that's a direct quote, or being told we can't do something. Quantifying the outcome helps keep pushing us forward. We can't get too caught up on something that's not working, so we've got the problem to solve in the moment. So like some examples, bet you can't finish 5 comics in 2 hours, bet you can't write 2 pages in 15 minutes, bet you can't clean out the fridge before your husband gets home from work. I might actually try this one. So these are ones that I feel like don't work for me. It's the like reward thing. It's like, oh, if you do this, you get to do this. So like people talk about like, oh, if you clean out the fridge, you get to go get a Starbucks. Like I'm the type of person, like I'm just gonna go get a Starbucks anyway. Sorry, like I love a little treat. I'll use any excuse to go get a little treat. Like today I got an MRI and then I literally went and got a cinnamon bun afterwards because that was my excuse to get a little treat. So yeah, I don't really need a reason to earn a treat. So here's another thing that I think I struggle with because of just probably chronic illness related stuff, but also life in general, I guess, is just some insecurity stuff, honestly, in general. Not only just with like completing tasks, feeling like I'm unable to take care of myself or my apartment or be a quote unquote real adult. So there is some stuff in here about that, which is cool. So maybe I'll take a look at this and try some of this stuff out because I have actually been kind of going down the self-help realm again, which I try to not go too far deep down that realm, but I am kind of one of those self-help suckers. I try not to consume that stuff 24/7 because I don't think that's totally healthy for your mind, but I also think it can be helpful sometimes, right? So here was something is shutting up your scumbag brain and writing down the negative thought and like who made you believe that. So that's interesting. Yeah, that's really interesting to think about, like who made you believe that a negative thought was true, because most of the time it's probably just yourself. Yeah, here's a good one that's very relevant for this video. Stop shitting all over yourself. And then the first example is, I should keep my whole house clean. No mess, trash, clothes, or piles anywhere. And that's, I think, a good lesson for me, and maybe a good point to end on, is like, I'm not looking to be perfect. I'm not looking to have a completely pristine, clean house all the time, or feel like I'm totally on top of my stuff all the time, or I'm completely always perfectly doing my hobbies and balancing work and balancing hobbies and home life and social life and stuff, because nobody does that, right? It's basically impossible in today's society and how capitalist everything is set up. So we can try our best, and I think that's the goal, but it's impossible to get that perfect balance. But again, just trying your best is the goal here, and getting your version of balance, I guess. So on that note, I'm gonna keep in mind that it's more about me implementing helpful systems to hopefully feel less overwhelmed and disorganized and all these words at the top here, stuck, unmotivated, discouraged, and things like that. And not letting those feelings of my ADHD, anxiety, depression, and chronic illness get the best of me, not letting those negative thoughts get the best of me, not also falling into toxic positivity or anything like that, but just, again, trying to find that healthy balance, again. And so I think the goal here that I might set is that I'm gonna try 3 of these activities in this journal, or I should say anti-planner, and I will circle back either at the end of this video, or maybe I'll do a second video. I haven't decided yet. We'll see how this goes, and I'll kind of do an update on how it's going and how things around my apartment is going, how things in my life is maybe going, and see if it's been helping. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I might also, maybe I'll do a little update on just like other books and things that I've been reading in case y'all are interested. I'll just tell you guys now. Why keep you all in suspense? Okay, so I have been reading Radical Acceptance by Tara Brach. I'm about 60 pages in, so I'm not terribly far, but I think so far it's been good. You know, there's a lot of concepts that I'm already pretty familiar with because I've been someone who's been doing yoga and meditation and stuff on and off for many, many years. So Buddhism and things like that is not things that I'm terribly unfamiliar with, but it's still concepts and things that are very helpful to be reminded about. And it was one of those books that was recommended when I was looking into basically how to accept yourself more, because that's what I'm trying to work on, is being less hard on myself and self-esteem and things like that. So on that note, my other book that I got was the Self-Love Workbook for Women. I thought this was interesting because it was specifically for women. And I think what really got me was the sub-caption, which says, "Release self-doubt, build self-compassion, and embrace who you are." Those are things like that really resonated with me. The release self-doubt, build self-compassion, and embrace who you are. Yeah, those are basically all the 3 things that I'm trying to do right now with myself personally. So this one's been good because this one's like truly like workbook, like a little more like reading in the beginning, an introductory assessment, lots of stuff on just like very basic like self-love concepts, and again, a lot of things I knew, and then just some like very basic, some fun stuff like making a Power to Women playlist. So that was really fun to write down some songs, and low-key I'm like, I actually want to build this playlist, except I don't use Spotify, so I need to figure out a way to do that. And then there's just lots of like pages of like things to do and working on your self-love and stuff. So I'm trying to just do like one a day. I'm trying not to speed run self-love, so because it is a lifelong process, The other one I got was Good Morning, I Love You. And this one's been interesting because there is a book called Good Morning, I Love You, which I might purchase at some point to go along with this. I read in reviews that you didn't need the actual book, or you didn't need to read the book first, or you didn't need the book to go along with it. But I'm just somebody, like, I think I would enjoy having it to just have some more context. But so far, this one's okay. Again, that's why I think I want the book to go with it. It kind of just jumps right in, and it's supposed to be a daily practice, which I have not been doing. But what's tough about that is it wants you to do it in the morning and at night, and sometimes I just don't have time in the morning, and then I don't want to cheat and like do it later, and so I've just like some days not done it at all. And then the other thing that kind of I don't love is the night prompt is the same every single night. It's just basically writing down something you're grateful for, which is great, you know, like, I know gratitude is important and all that, but it's like kind of, I don't know, it's a little repetitive. It's kind of boring. So yeah, and then there's some like reading in between every once in a while, like, because again, it's supposed to be timed, so like I think that's like after you do a week, she does like, okay, you've done a week, congrats, like, and then eventually it's like, oh, once you've completed like a month, there's like more, and then because it's supposed to be for like 3 months or something like that. So it'll probably take me much longer than that, which is fine. But yeah, that's another one I'm kind of slowly working through, which has been interesting. And yeah, that has kind of been my journaling self-help journey as of late. And again, I'll keep y'all posted. Oh, another thing I wanted to share was I recently got these, which are by Amy McNee, if you know her from Instagram. But this just stood out to me, and I was like, I have to get these. The first one is called I Don't Want a Job. Like, that is, yeah, amen. And then the second one's called Not a Real Job, Choose Creativity Instead. And I didn't even know I was, actually, did I know I was gonna get this? I thought I was just gonna get this, and then I saw this one too, and you could buy both at the same time, and I was like, why the hell not? I haven't read these yet, but these are just short little like manifestos, so like literally like 60-ish pages long, tiny little books, but they're adorable, as you can see, and I just can't wait to read them and probably feel really affirmed in my feelings on both of these things. Because I don't want a job, I just want to be a creative person, and that's always been the goal, right? And that's why I'm here, and that's why I'm talking to you guys right now about all this stuff. So that's the goal. So yeah, I may I try to read those soon too, and I'll let you know how those are and kind of like what I gather from them, and keep you posted. So I guess that's about it for now. I'll catch you on the flippity flip. If you've made it this far, thank you so much for watching. Stay tuned for the next one. I do have a feeling that I'm probably just going to post a second video as an update, with the update of how I'm doing on the ADHD anti-planner, and that will be a couple weeks from now, most likely, so I can have some time to really work on those things and implement some changes maybe around my apartment with some systems with cleaning and organizing, and also maybe some better time management with my personal life and things like that, or work life, because luckily we are heading into summer and that's when my work life slows down, so maybe it'll make it a little easier to start doing all these things, thankfully. So all right, that's it. Maple, would you like to add anything? Maple says, please like and subscribe if you liked the video, and if you want to see more like this, subscribe. Stay tuned on our journey where we continue, you know, talking about things like journaling and creativity, and just doing our best to be creative humans while working full-time jobs and being mentally ill and chronically ill. Right? Right?
Yeah, you're so sweet. You're such a good boy.
All right. Bye-bye.